Hello guys, this is Will and Ellie from Caribe Coffee Company. July is here.
July is here and we're looking outside and it's raining and overcast. So yeah, just this is your information announcement that it is actually July. We're in summer. Just the climate outside isn't aware of that yet. So what's been happening in June, Mr. Carcamo? Why don't you tell us about this?
Ooh, we have a new summer uniform. Well, doesn't match summer, but
A winter uniform.
summer uniform. As you see, we have a Caribe Coffee, powered by Caribe Coffee t-shirt. You might be seeing it in social media. Some of the wholesale customers using it, some of the retail customers. We have the caps, and everybody has been asking, like, I like your shirt. I like it.
Everyone loves the caps. Yeah, I do have one, but mine's covered it because I wear it when I'm working, so I don't have to wear a hairnet. And it's just covered in.
Yeah, they're really comfortable. I wish, we could use them more, but yeah.
Yeah, and then we do want to make these news videos a little bit more informative. So I've saw, and I don't know if anyone else has seen on social media, there's been a lot of advertisement about this little piece of kit, and it's called Final Press. So I thought I would get one and we could do a little test on what it's like for you guys. Now, I've already tried it with fine ground. Mm-hmm. The idea of it is, I should say, is that you put 12 grams of coffee, your favourite coffee, Caribe, into your little container, and it's all perforated all the way around the outside and the bottom, and then you screw it in. It is, I have to say, it does feel like really good quality.
The material looks really good.
Yeah. Once you've done that, put it in your cup and fill your cup up with just boiled water, which we're very lucky that we have it.
Yeah.
Just on the tap. And at the same time, Wilmer's going to start making his cafetiere.
Yeah.
So once it's in the water, you have to stir it 20 times. And then once you've stirred it 20 times, we need to leave it stand for about 2 minutes. Now, they do say that if that's not strong enough, you can leave it for another 2 minutes. But just so you're not sat waiting, we're just going to do 2 minutes for each of them as well. I think that's 20, so we'll just leave that there. While that's brewing for 2 minutes.
Another gadget, though. So.
We've got every single gadget, and I have to say that we always go back to the cafetiere. Mm-hmm. And we've obviously tested this, and we'll let you know what we think. But what I was saying previously is, it did say on the instructions you can either use fine ground or medium. I've used the fine ground in it, and I found that it was very sedimenty, thick, cloudy. Yeah, it didn't look like a nice cup of coffee. This is a little less cloudy using the medium ground, but it's still not the best color.
Can I say this is like the idea taken probably is from the IT infusers with a slightly change of the press that you can press down like a cafetiere.
Yes.
So I think they combined the two ideas. I don't think this is the best idea because we don't release much of the coffee.
Yes.
So when hot water touch, evenly the coffee, that's when all the flavors coming out. If you seal it, probably will not do the job properly.
It's not infusing.
It's infusing properly.
Well, I think that's why you've got to stir it. And then after the 2 minutes, we're going to plunge it, which you're going to get that little bit of compression to squeeze out all the coffee loveliness. Mm-hmm. I do really like AeroPress. I think you get a really nice flavoured cup of coffee. Yeah. And I have to say, AeroPress for me is the cleanest.
Because they use a paper filter, so they're similar to using
you can get a metal one as well, but I lost ours, so I'm back on the papers. But yeah, once it's compressed, you just have this tiny puck of coffee that you just get rid of the paper and put it in the bin, and it's really, really easy to clean. These guys, the coffee is delicious, but it's a pain in the butt to clean, as you probably know.
It's not.
It is.
We have all the gadgets.
Yes, we do. Right, I think that's about 2 minutes. So you've got a spring action, so I'm going to plunge
Have you seen how hard she's working? Look at my job.
Well, no, I'm just trying to get as much of the nice coffee out as possible.
So here you go. Right away.
Right.
Can I say? Right away you can see the two colors of, a little bit
I did darker. Really squeeze that.
Yeah.
Right.
A little bit darker, a little bit more tea coloring.
So they did say use 12 grams. I used 14 grams in both because that's the scoop that we've always used in a cafetiere for our coffee. And then obviously we've used the same amount of coffee.
Yeah, I will make a little bit stronger for my personal taste, but that 14 grams give it like a nice body, nice personality of the coffee. You can feel the acidity the little bit of the bitterness that is normal, but nice and light.
Right, that just tastes like water.
Looks like water. Do you want to try mine? Yeah, it's like water still. It's not even like coffee infused. It's just like water.
Yeah, I mean, there's just
Coffee.
multiple layers of flavour in that compared to that. There's just nothing in there.
Yeah. Literally just like water.
Which actually is a point. Is like sometimes it doesn't matter how amazing your coffee is, and we know this is great, but if you're not brewing it right, it can taste really bad.
Yeah.
So that's why we use nice cafetiere.
Yeah, and then just to let you know, in house we have a commercial machine, we have a commercial espresso machine, we have a house espresso machine, we have a mocha pot, we have cafetières, we have filters, we have an endurance little bag. So we have different methods to use. It's not like we don't like the gadgets, it's like we don't like unnecessary gadgets. And some of them like are more expensive than other, but it's a personal choice, whatever you like. For us, the simplicity come in a great beans, great coffee, and that's what we talk about.
I should say this cost £35.
Yeah, this one, and you can make.
This costs £35, including delivery. They come from China, although the advert I felt like it was more of an American product, but no, it came from China, and it is really good quality. I feel like it's really easy to clean.
But that's a delivery, even one good cup of coffee.
It's not very nice. Get off my cafetiere coffee.
This is 20
£20,
and we can make
them as cheap as £6.
Yeah, 4 cup of coffee.
Yes,
really well
That's
executed.
another thing for that one is that you can make one coffee
all the time.
I mean, they do look really nice, but I'm not convinced. But please let us know if you've got one and you think it makes a great cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And we can feed that back to people because it's very personal. We know that.
Great.
Yes. So I've got a nice coffee. Sorry, Will, you don't. If you may notice on social media, we do have a new advert doing the rounds.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the email for you if you want to have a look at it. It's basically trying to get our brand and vision across of stripping away all the faff and gimmicks of what a lot of businesses are doing around coffee, even just like the sugar, the syrup, making it a dessert.
All the necessary stuff.
Strip it back, because if you've got really good quality coffee, you don't need all of that. And I'm including mushroom, lab testing, sugar, syrup. Coffee, as black, is such a healthy superfood. And in fact, it is the most tested drink.
Yeah.
And the amount of polyphenols and antioxidants in it. So if you have a rubbish coffee that's bitter and tastes horrible and you have to put all these extra things in, potentially you're losing the benefit of it.
Yeah.
And I love our black.
But also you hide in all the bad things, because if it tastes horrible with all the sugars, you will not taste like the harmness of the chemicals and stuff like that. Some of customers have given us those feedback of mentioning how they can actually test the chemicals, in some of the coffees, which they have not with us, and they even don't get reactions or anything because they can sense and test the purity of the hands of the work and harvest.
So another bit of information we want to pass on to you today is we've had a lot of customers ask us in the past, what exactly is direct importing? Because that's what we do, and we thought, do you guys actually know why we do it, and how it helps you and the farmers? Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Kokomo, what is direct importing and why do we do it?
So, simplifying, direct imported is removing as many or all middlemen and unnecessary middlemen in the process.
The process of importing and selling coffee.
Yeah, and the process is long, but we have done it. So, for example, Caribe Coffee Company have few points or few connections. Like it is from farmers to exporters, Caribe Coffee UK, Caribe Coffee, customers. So if you see, those points are really few. At a worst scenario, and this is a variation depending how many brokers you get in the middle, you will get a farmer, a broker that talks to the farmers, that broker speak with the exporter or sell that coffee. Sometimes you have the broker to the farmer, that broker speak with a cooperative or or a place where they collect all the coffee before the exporter.
Yeah.
So it's another point, and then that will talk to the exporter to get ready the coffee to export. So it's another group of brokers after the exporter talking to the exporter to sell to any overseas seller. That broker speak with any buyer in the UK. The coffee arriving to a warehouse in the UK, and that warehouse has more brokers trying to sell that coffee to a roaster, and that roaster talk to a coffee shop, and that coffee shop eventually deliver to you. So we talking about direct importing is using just the necessary steps or the necessary people in the process.
Yeah. So what you might see from roasteries is if they have coffee from lots of places around the world, they will likely, not always, but they will likely be sourcing their coffee from one warehouse that have got brokers with various different countries. And what you'll find with that coffee is it's quite generic. You may find that the coffee that you're drinking from different brands is actually the same coffee. It's just been rebranded. So so
it's about the quality.
If what we could do is we could buy a generic coffee from Indonesia, brand it Caribe coffee, Indonesian blend, and then sell it. But then you could go to another roastery and
the same coffee
and drink exactly the same coffee, potentially a different price, different,
marketing,
differently marketed. The way direct importing works is we've gone to one specific place and we've hunted out niche and very exclusive coffees that only we can get, and I think that's the case because the new ones coming in, definitely they've never been able to export before, so as soon as they come, that'll be great. But even the ones we've got, they're very much niche for Honduras, so we've gone depth rather than width from a business point of view to get the best from that area.
And offer the best to you as a customer.
So what you're getting from us is the best of Honduras rather than just piecemeal from around the world.
And
how is that good for the customers?
And that translates to, first of all, fresher coffee. So our coffee is always imported into the UK every year. We're trying to bring the containers yearly. Instead of buying higher amounts of cheaper coffee storage for 3 years.
And the storage is where you get the risk of mold.
Yes.
Because there's been a lot of talk about mycotoxins and mold.
Some people ask about that, and it's the concern on the freshness, but it's those happen with coffees that get storage for too long. We're trying to do that yearly. We are trying to maximize, the numbers or the amount, so we don't run out before the next one's coming, etc. So it's a fresher coffee, better value for our customers. So the same way that we're doing saving, and we're having less, middlemans in the middle, or rising prices because of those brokers. We can offer a better price to the point that we talking to other roasteries to supply, and we can offer Honduran coffee at a better price to them because of direct connection to the farmers and then better quality in some cases. So for the customers, a better price and fresher coffee, and then guarantee that the trust, all that supply chain, is clean. We know what the farmers are using. We talk to them. We test it before you test it. So if we feel like it's something off in the cupping sessions, like some sort of chemical or anything, we kind of pull back. So it's a lot of leverage that we have that other buyers don't.
And how's it good for the farmer?
For the farmers, they get better pay. They get security of selling the harvest year to year, or they're trying to sell the majority to some people. And also, that security that they can say, we are there for them to support them if we need to. There's a lot of them that they get a lot of technical support, marketing support. We offer them a range. We are speed dial with some of them.
Yeah, and I know this seems a little bit principled and sort of dreamer, but I think a lot of them really want to see where their product goes.
Yeah, the pride.
And they're so proud
it's
and
the
passionate
pride
about
of,
what they do. A lot. If you're just selling to a nameless giant corporate that are just whatever, but they know that we love
they never they never get recognized. Like the new coffee, we trying to put the name of the farmers into the back. Well, we have done it with some of them before, but and then that pride that their name is on the back in the United Kingdom, by loving it, being loved by people is the pride, because that's what they work for.
Yeah, so it's lovely. So yeah, I hope that makes sense and clarifies what direct importing is and why we do it, or direct trade rather. So what's happening in July?
Potentially traveling to the other side of the world. So I'm visiting Honduras and the Cayman Islands for business. So you will be holding the fort.
Yes, I will be holding the fort. We're also working with a designer to potentially have our bags redesigned. They'll still be compostable and sustainable, but they may look a little bit different. So watch this space. Any feedback about the bags would be fantastic. If you'd like to see anything or how they're designed or how they work, please do let us know.
Yeah, please.
And I think that's it. That's enough chatting. So have a lovely July and we'll catch you at the next one.
Take care, guys.